Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And the hits just keep on coming. Google is going to be laying off 12,000 employees.
Wow.
That's a lot of people. But the media's takeaway is that they're cutting back on massages.
I know, you told me this and I was like, is that like a parody article?
No, I thought it was like the Babylon Bee. No, they're cutting back on massages. That's the headline, coming from Fortune, coming from Yahoo Finance. So they had this big town hall meeting, and they went over a lot of the cutbacks and what to expect, and they talked about how they have 30,000 managers at Google. 30,000 managers.
Why am I not surprised?
It does not surprise me one bit.
So are the 12,000 layoffs coming from the management?
Some, but I suspect that a lot of it's just lay people because they're talking. Nope, no pun. Laid off people. Haha. No. They're getting rid of a lot of work from home employees too, and the remote workers. Of course, they're just like, bye. Here's an email.
Well, couldn't possibly just get rid of some of the 30,000, like a big hunk of 30,000 managers that you don't need.
Yeah, just like half of them. Executive bonuses are also cut, and no massages.
Darn.
So this is coming about the same time that Google's being sued by the government in 8 states over online advertising, saying that they violate antitrust laws, that they dominate online advertising. Everybody has to go through Google.
Including YouTube.
They're owned by it. So it's going to be really interesting to see what's...
I do these videos and no one is here giving me massages.
You
do sometimes, but someone from Google isn't here.
Yeah, Google needs to show up.
Giving me massages.
Google, you need to show up on our doorstep and start rubbing my wife. Knock, knock. Who's there, Google? Lay down and take it from Google.
Oh my.
All right, so we're gonna talk about this. I mean, look, again. We've been doing many videos talking about people getting laid off, and I'm not trying to make light of people getting laid off.
No, because it sucks.
It does suck. I mean, I worked in tech. I got laid off during the last recession.
We understand.
It does suck, but it's just like, I don't know how long these tech companies thought things could go as they were. I mean, this is a very appropriate image here. We've got our tech worker with his latte getting too close to the sun.
Yeah, but I'm just like, this is like Twitter, oh no, our wine bar is gone,
Exactly.
It's just like, what the hell?
First world problems, right? And that's basically what they're saying is like the takeaway is, oh my God, we're going to have to cut back on massages.
So some of the massage therapists are getting laid off.
It's misogyny. Yeah.
Misogyny.
It's misogyny. So let's talk about this. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture, news, views, and rants. Guys, over 289, almost 290,000 subs, which is almost 300,000 subs. You want to sub, you want to subscribe, you want to watch our videos so Google can get some money and they can keep giving massages to their employees. That's how it works.
I'm going to use a ginger mind trick. This is a channel you want to subscribe to. We probably just lost a bunch of subscribers.
Anyway, this is coming from Yahoo Finance via Fortune. Google cutting back on massages for staff. Staff at Google have long lauded the company's work perks, from the freshly made meals in its cafes to in-house massage therapists. But the dark clouds of economic recession have cast their shadow over the tech behemoth.
I just can't even take this seriously. Like, why are we losing money? I don't understand. Could it be that we're overspending on things like massage therapy?
You're right, with masseuses among those included in the company's biggest ever round of job cuts.
Well, obviously, if they're going to cut that, then those people are going to get gone.
On January 20th, Google, which is owned by Alphabet, confirmed it would be axing 12,000 jobs, 6% of its workforce, after rumors about layoffs had swirled for months. Some employees realized they lost their jobs and they were unable to access corporate systems.
Well, that's kind of shitty. I mean, I'm sorry. If you're going to let somebody, you're going to get rid of somebody, you need to tell them.
I mean, there are some jobs. The one job I worked in particular, since we dealt with government information, as soon as I was gone, I was locked out of the system.
Well, I'm sure that's what happened here, but somebody told you, though. Like,
right.
They need to be telling people, not just like, hey, you log in, you can't log in, what the hell,
30,000 managers and you can't fire off an email. One of them can't fire off an email saying,
they probably assigned that to the person they got rid of. To the one manager. Yeah.
Filing submitted the same day, it was revealed that 15% of the cuts 1,845 positions would come in Google's home state of California. In filings released by the state and viewed by CNBC, 1,400 job cuts were in Google's headquarters of Mountain View. 119 were in YouTube's home of San Bruno. So they're not cutting a lot of people at YouTube. Probably just the
But YouTube makes money.
Yeah, and Palo Alto saw 53 cuts. LA 177. Although
Irvine got 60 lost.
Irvine got 60. I didn't really care about Irvine. I just mentioning them. Although a significant proportion of jobs, around a quarter announced in the West Coast hub, had titles including words of director or senior, a raft of massage therapists were also laid off. The cuts include 27 therapists in total, 24 at the head office, and 3 across LA and Irvine.
So the head office had 20 or 24 massage therapists? That means there's probably a room of tables and crap. Like they have all the rooms.
Yes.
You know, each one has their own room.
Yeah, so this is the thing. Google cuts 12,000 jobs. Masseuse is most affected. The filing added employee separations at the facilities resulting from this action are expected to commence in March.
So they're not even getting, because it's California, you have to give notice. They don't even have to be gone until the end of March.
Google did not immediately respond to Fortune's request for comment.
I'm sure they didn't.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, what the hell?
Yeah, so Spotify laid people off, Amazon laid people off, Facebook laid people off. Now, here's the thing, though. This is the town hall. It did not go very well.
Oh, imagine that. But town hall meeting where you're telling people they're getting canned doesn't go well.
Yeah, right. Well, this is what happened with the Washington Post, too. They said, hey, we're going to lay you guys off next year. Now, they did people a favor, I think, in a lot of cases by not firing them before or around the holidays. Mm-hmm. They waited until Happy New Year. You all have a job and you're not getting rubbed anymore. Nobody's getting rubbed here at Google.
That's just, there's a rub going out of Google, right? So go ahead.
So the Google CEO and executive leaders addressed employee questions at a town hall meeting. I understand you're worried about what comes next for your work.
I'm sure their massage therapist stayed.
I know. He said executive bonuses are getting cut. So here are some of the takeaways, right? We have over 30,000 managers. After moving the conversation to job cuts, Pache offered some explanation for how he and the executive team made the decisions. They consulted with the founders and controlling shareholders, as well as the board of directors. So 2021, this is what happened basically with tech. Because of the pandemic, everybody was locked in their houses. Tech exploded because people had nothing to do but go online. They did all their shopping online.
Well, no one was getting rubbed then because no one was in office.
No, so they must have brought the masseuses in to, maybe lure people back to the office. Like, hey, yeah, you can work remotely or you can come in here and get naked and get rubbed at work, and we'll pay you for that.
That might be one of the perks to get people to come back to work. If you come back to work, we have a cafe and the masseuses.
Yes, you can get a rub down every day, guys. So they said they had 41% revenue growth, and that stopped. Like these companies, this is what gets me, and I've read so many of these stories. All these tech companies have to explain to their employees why they have to let them go, and the employees get angry. It's like they're like, we don't make enough money to keep you, and the employees are getting mad about that. Like, well, that's not right. You have to keep us because the union, and they're like, no, we don't have money to pay you. We have an out. We literally don't have the money to pay you.
Well, they could have saved a shit ton of money if they weren't having cafes and masseuses.
Well, yeah. And
prior to this.
I mean, look, everybody's dunking on Elon Musk and on Twitter and how brutal he was. But the reality is, I think he went in, he did what had to be done, as brutal as it was. Now, all these other tech companies are like, damn it. The guy had the right idea.
A lot of people were just like, yay, brutalize Twitter.
Yeah, right? People are like,
sorry. Including you.
Brutal bad touch at Twitter. It wasn't a massage. It was more of a
message.
A message, more of a pat down, a frisking. So in that context, we made a lot of decisions that might have been right or they made decisions if the trends continued. Have to remember, if the trend had continued, we had not hired to keep pace, we would have fallen behind. Well, who could have seen this coming? That when people are allowed to leave their houses,
I know, right?
It's almost like there was some sort of financial incentive to keeping people inside their houses for years and years and years.
I guess you can't say that.
Are you allowed to say that?
No.
I don't know, because it seems like it would have benefited a lot of these companies if everybody just stayed inside and stayed on the internet.
Right, and it would go back to their houses. So they said that 750 senior leaders are involved in the process. It took a few weeks to determine who would be laid off. We have over 30,000 managers at Google, and to consult with all of them would have made this open process where it would have taken additional weeks or months for a decision. So we wanted to get certainty sooner. So the criteria for the cuts were they looked at areas work was necessary. They had too many people as well as places where work itself wasn't critical. They also considered skill set, time and role, experience or relationships are relevant and matter, productivity indicators like sales quotas and performance history. You mean you actually have to work at the place where you go to work? You don't just go for coffee and massages? Are you kidding me?
What?
This is barbaric.
That is barbaric. That's like, oh my God, that's almost as bad as like a blue collar worker. Those guys need to learn to code. I learned to code and I deserve a massage. I deserve to be rubbed down every day, bring my dog to work, have lattes and work about an hour a day.
And then go to the wine bar.
All
for free. Complimentary.
Yeah.
The more senior you are, the more compensation is tied to your performance. You can reduce your equity grants if performance is not great. Okay.
Yes, that is true. The higher up the ladder you go, the further the fall, basically.
Yes. So before the cuts, they had made the decision to pay out 80% of bonuses this month, with the rest expected in March or April. Usually the full bonus was paid in January.
Oh, God. So, yeah, I mean, they're not really talking about the masseuses in this one. They're looking ahead to AI, too. And I guess they bought into some AI company or something.
Funny story. Quick King is taking business classes, and his one teacher gets up their first day class and talks about how AI is not actually going to do anything. People were worried when spreadsheets came that they would lose their jobs, and they're still working. And I'm just like, do you want me to go to school and debate your teacher in front of the class? Because I'll gladly do so. And he's like, no, don't do that. Stop, Mom. You'll embarrass me. But I was just like, dude, bitch slap. How much am I paying you to tell my son bullshit? Anyway.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it is a bunch of bullshit. The tech industry, as we've known it, is over. The free ride is over, and now you're going to be expected to perform. Weirdly enough, I worked in a very different tech industry, not being in Silicon Valley, where everybody was upset when they took the free coffee away. We never had massages. In fact, my boss...
I think I'd be a little upset if you were getting a massage.
Yeah, it would be a little weird. Like, honey, I'm going to work and I'm going to get naked and get rubbed down for an hour. Yeah, I think you'd be a little upset about that. And if I get paid for it, I'll buy you something nice. You let me get a rub down, I'll buy you something real nice. I'll buy you some jewelry or something. But yeah, my boss was, he was ex-military, and he was just like, I mean, I could only take breaks at certain times. And I mean, he was good to work for. He was fair, but it was run like an actual business. Oh my God. Oh my God, we can't have that. But yeah, we didn't have any of this stuff. And now nobody else is either, because it's all over. We're going to wrap it up.
Yep.
Please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. We'll talk later.
Bye.